All right, ready for the next part. It's about how that link works. Because I told you you're in a vessel. It's a meat sack. It literally is something that is not going to leave the simulator, but you do leave it technically every time you go to sleep. It's a maintenance program that keeps you connected with your soul. See, that's the only thing here that is real is your soul. And it's what really controls you and your avatar. It's supposed to. Tell you the truth, your avatar runs a lot of shit that shouldn't be running, but you let it because you think that's what's real. But if you really put your soul in charge, it makes a whole difference. And it helps to understand where your soul really is. It's not here, it's there, up there with the Father. And see, every night when you go to sleep, you do what's called an REM cycle, multiple ones. And what that's doing is it disconnects all the dead cells in your brain that died that day and reconnects with all the new cells that was born that day. And that's why no matter how hard we try to fight off sleep, we have to sleep because we need those REM cycles to control our avatar. You'll go straight up mad. You try staying awake. You'll lose all grip of reality. The truth is, you'll just lose your connection with your soul, and then your avatar's on its own, and it does some crazy shit on its own. Yeah, it's out there. Yeah, it would not work without a soul running it. It goes mad. And we have science for that too. We know for a fact if we don't get REM cycles, we go mad. And because we've even come up with drugs to stop those REMs, and that wasn't a very good outcome. Yeah, it really wasn't. Yeah, that's proof in the pudding that you need to stay connected to your soul. Your soul is everything, and it's your pilot that runs that meat sack you're running around in. And not only that, but it makes you fresh and awake and ready to go every morning because you've got your REM cycles. Because you and your soul are connected 100%. It's like a fully charged battery. You are ready to rock. And everyone knows how awesome it is when you get a good night's sleep. And if you're not getting a good night's sleep, if your REM cycles are being interrupted, you probably want to go to a doctor, all right, and see what's going on. There's a lot of things that can be causing that. If you don't feel rested in the morning, like you're 100% sharp on the tack, ready to rock and roll, there might be something that they can do to help you. Most likely there is. So, all of you that don't get a good night's sleep, talk to somebody. Somebody who really knows what the hell they're talking about. All right, I'm not one of those. I'm a uh, uh, preacher more, I guess. Yeah. I guess that's my gig. Yeah, I'm just pretty much preaching the eternal life. But I can help you to point you to the right people and doctors with their sleep studies and understanding your sleep issues can help you. But you need to have that good night's sleep. And that connection is very, very important. Because, another thing that happens is a brain disease that we know of. It's called Alzheimer's. Yeah, that's literally a breakdown of the connection of the soul. And nothing's recording when you're doing that. And I'll explain that here in a minute. But that is one of those situations where we really need to continue our study and our research in Alzheimer's because that's a vessel that is running on basic uh, functions because it can't really connect with its soul and its memories. And It gets worse with age. People have issues. They memories aren't so easily obtained and such. Yeah, that again, that's one of those things where quality sleep and everyone's totally different. See, you got to think of that brain as like a rabbit ears, and and getting it tuned every night is really important, and a good diet to it is important. But if you think of that brain as rabbit ears to your soul, you'll get a lot further. And make sure that you're giving everything you can on this side to make sure your rabbit ears are functioning right. All right? But here's what it's doing, though. Every day that you live here in the boot camp, I also like to call it the nursery because it's really what it is. It's where babies are born and raised so that they can be born into heaven. But your day is recorded. Everything you do, everything you think, everything you feel is recorded and available for playback on the top side. So if you ever had that memory when you were 5 years old and you wish you had pictures and you wish you could remember it so clear, you will. You will. It's 100% recorded on the top side. Everything you do is 100% recorded. And because it's your life and connected to your soul, you'll have access to it anytime you want. And you'll be able to play it back as many times as you want. It does take a little bit of magic to do that, but it's not much. And even White Walkers can do basic memory playbacks. It's one of those gifts. Because we don't want to ever forget our childhood years. Because that's what this is. Your entire time in boot camp is your childhood years. But when you die, when your vessel quits running, shuts down, gets destroyed, whatever in the hell happened, you get born again on the top side. But it's in a judgment chamber where the Father judges you as to how you've lived your life. Have you been a good person? Have you figured out what it means to be a decent person? Have you done evil deeds all your life? Or did you start out doing them and end up figuring it out that you wanted to be a good person? You know, all those details. See, and that's where those playbacks come up, because he'll play them back for you. He'll show you exactly why he judged you the way he judged you. But you'd be surprised. A lot still get into heaven that you would think wouldn't. Because they never really did anything wrong. They never really tried, but there's no fault in them. And to be perfectly honest with you, heaven's not a free ride either. You got to behave up there too. Only it's instant up there. You literally, I'll get into that later. But yeah, you don't get away with anything up there. Yeah, trust me, I'll be right there. When as soon as you step on that grass, if it says don't step on the grass, don't step on the damn grass, because I'm telling you, I'll be right there. What you doing, boy? Get the hell off that grass. It's not safe. Yeah. Okay, we're going to be good now? Okay, yeah, you've been here like 3 hours. Okay, let's see if we can get a little bit further this time. I'm really counting on you, boy. Yeah, get your ass on. Yeah, that's kind of the way it'll be up there. So, anyway, but down here, it's not. It's been a secret. It's a total honor system. Yeah, people thinking they could keep away and keep all their secrets, their lies. Turns out they can't keep shit. No, you murdered somebody. We know. And not only do we know that you murdered, we know exactly why you murdered him. We know exactly every detail about it that happened. Though nobody down here knows, we know. And we'll show you on tape. Yeah. And not good for those guys. Yeah. See, they get what's called Fight Club tickets, because there's three options after you leave judgment chambers. You either get into heaven, or there's a blink into nothing door, or there used to be called just the door of hell, but now we've changed it, and there's a sign hangs over called Fight Club because it's not a secret anymore. You see, you get that door, that's a Fight Club. Literally, uh, since you decided you wanted to be an awful person, join all the people that also decided to want to be awful, and you guys get to fight it out every day. Literally, fight it out every day until the last 100 are standing, and then they get to take a break, have a meal, relax, and then we give them weapons for the last 100, and then they battle it out for the big winner. If you get to the 100, you get a few days off, and or you get a day off, and if you make it all the way to the top, and you're the last man standing that day, yeah, you get a week off your time. Yeah, because see, that's what you get. You get time in hell. Nobody wants to stay. There was one that actually, there's a couple that tried, but they didn't really afterwards. Because see, there's two options on that hell. Because see, if you're one of those guys that really loves to kill, really loves to fight, and really thinking, hey, I could do this, you don't get that one. Yeah, no, because we really don't want to continue this. We're looking for you to give up. And so we give you a custom hell. That one is pretty much like Freddy Krueger. You just wake up every morning and try to stay alive, and you're literally going to be killed every day by some crazy ass thing, just like in Freddy Krueger's Nightmare on Elm Street shit. Yeah, yeah, that's the custom hell. So, but what happens is once you get your time up, say you got 1 year, 30 years, 50 years, whatever. Yeah, it varies. I used to tell them we had a minimum, but it's not. It's really judged on how bad you've been. And when your time comes up, that blinking and nothing door opens up, and you get your chance to go. You walk through that door, poof, you are no more. You blink into nothingness. And there's that option up there on the top side of judgment. You just didn't get enough points to get into heaven, but you never really deserved to do Fight Club. So there's a blink into nothing door up there too. And to be perfectly honest with you, there's a blink into nothing door in heaven itself. Because even though you made it, a lot of people don't like it once they get there. Because they find out that they really screwed up their boot camp years. That they lived like a pharaoh, rich and wealthy. And see, things work in reverse up there. You know, those that live poor and suffer here in boot camp and make it through and hold honor, they're the highest of high up there. But you guys down here that's got your 200-foot yachts and, you know, mega houses and what have you, yeah, you got breads and water pretty much up there. And, you know you really screwed up. And many choose the blink into nothing door afterwards because they just didn't understand. They didn't know. And they certainly aren't about to live bread and water world. And so, or they thought they were a genius and found out they actually had a lot of help, and they're no smarter than anybody else. Because see, that's another thing. See, down here, your rabbit ears, it depends how good they are as to your IQ. Yeah, that's how come some people are really smart and some are not, because their rabbit ears are better than others. But up there on the top side, everybody's got perfect rabbit ears. We don't have rabbit ears. We have a direct link, kind of like fiber optics. We don't need to sleep either, because we don't have cells dying and being born every day. So sleep isn't necessary either. So when you find out that you thought you were a genius on this side, and you snubbed people all your life because you were so damn smart, and you get up there and find out they're just as smart as you are, And because you snubbed them, you got a bread and water life coming? Yeah. Blinking a nothing door looks pretty good. It did for Einstein. Yeah, he chose it. See, I don't know much details about many people. There's just certain people that I do know that because they're specific in history that we know that I can give you the actual outcome of them. And Einstein was one of those. Tesla was one of them that chose it at judgment. He, believe it or not, he really was an evil genius. He wanted the world to pay because he felt he was ripped off. He believed everything was his and that the whole world owed him. God had to give him a lobotomy because this dude was dangerous. He was out to make mega weapons. He was definitely out there. So he made him lobotomized and in love with a pigeon until his dying day, where he didn't have a single dime in his pocket. Couldn't give him any money. He was dangerous. But God also knew that it was his fault why he was dangerous, because he gave him that knowledge and gave him the option for the blinking of nothing door right there at judgment, and he took it. See, he also gave that knowledge to Einstein. See, he gives knowledge to those that are really trying hard and young and can really make an impact. And those two were ones when they were young. They really were impressive to the Father. Boy, did they go south. How many geniuses out there right now are thinking they might have gone south? I know those ones that built CERN did. But it was just a competition, wasn't it? Yeah. Anyway, I'll let that one go too. You know, we're moving forward. We're not here to beat up people that have done wrong. We're here to show you where you are going wrong so that you do right. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to show you what to do and to say so that you act right. Because in all honesty, we're recording you. And that's what I want you to know. Everything you think, everything you feel, everything you do is recorded. And it'll be there on playback, on judgment. I'll be back with some more.